If you're divorced or separated, don't make this common FAFSA mistake that can cost you thousands of dollars. Hey everyone, I'm Tina Steele, the FAFSA Guru. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for tips and tricks and resources to help you maximize those financial aid offers. This is one of the most common mistakes I see from couples who are divorced or separated, and it has to do with filling out the FAFSA form when you filed a joint tax return for the 2023 year. So currently, the 25-26 FAFSA that is available requires that you upload 2023 tax information to the form. So oftentimes I come across couples or parents of dependent students who are separated or recently divorced that filed a joint tax return in 2023. And because of this, they assume that both of their information needs to be on the FAFSA form. However, that is not the case. In many situations, couples that are recently divorced would have filed a joint tax return for 2023, along with couples that are currently separated, just because there are so many tax benefits to doing that. So if this applies to you and you are filling out the 25-26 FAFSA, or you already filled out the 25-26 FAFSA, it's important that you know this. As a separated or divorced couple living in separate households, then only one of you needs to fill out the FAFSA form. If you filed a joint tax return for 2023, it will automatically import that joint tax information to the FAFSA form. And then there's going to be a marital status section on the FAFSA where you're going to report your current marital status. This is where I see the other big mistake happen. People assume because they filed a tax return married filing jointly for 2023 that they have to indicate that they're married on this marital status. But if you are divorced or separated, that is not the case. If you're living in separate households, divorced or separated, then you want to make sure for the marital status you indicate that you're separated or divorced. That way, when you do that, even though your joint tax return was imported to the FAFSA form, the FAFSA will then open up some income and asset questions that you need to answer, and it will clearly say to only include your income and asset information in this section. So this is the area where you're reporting just your income and assets, because the financial aid will be based only on your information if you're divorced or separated. This goes for parents of dependent students along with independent students who are divorced or separated. I see this mistake all the time, and when you include your spouse's or your ex-spouse's income when you don't have to, the financial aid offer is being based on both incomes and all of your assets. This could really affect the amount of financial aid that you receive. So again, if you're divorced or separated, you filed a joint tax return for 2023, make sure that you indicate that you're divorced or separated in the marital status section of the FAFSA, and then only put your income and asset information on the form so that you or your child can get the maximum financial aid that they're entitled to. I hope you found this video helpful. And if you happen to be the parent of a rising high school senior class of 2026, enrollment is open for my signature program, which is my Financial Aid Academy. This program will guide you step by step through the overwhelming senior year college financial aid process. It begins in September and runs through May. I run it every single year for parents of high school seniors to really help you maximize those financial aid offers and better understand the whole financial aid process. Families who enroll in my academy on average receive an additional $25,000 to $30,000 in financial aid on top of their regular financial aid offers over the course of 4 years. There's 3 different levels of service to choose from depending on how closely you want to work with me. And then for anybody else that needs some assistance with the financial aid process that doesn't want to commit to the 10-month coaching program, check out my 30-day financial aid boot camp. I run this every single year for the month of October when the FAFSA and the CSS profile opens. It's intended for dependent students and their parents, independent students, graduate students, and any professional that wants to learn more about the financial aid process. In 30 days, I will offer a weekly live webinar with a Q&A session, and you'll get membership in a private Facebook group where you can ask unlimited questions. And then, of course, I offer one-on-one consultations for anything financial aid related you might need help with. You can find a list of these services along with information about my programs directly at my website, thefafsaguru.com. And lastly, if you have not appealed your financial aid offer yet, make sure you do that. Statistically, 80% of students I work with who appeal their financial aid offers do receive additional financial aid. I have a done-for-you financial aid appeal letter template that you can download on my website. Just plug in your personal information. It costs just $27. Thanks so much for watching this video, and be sure to subscribe to my channel.